Welcome, everyone. All right, welcome, everyone. Sorry. Once again, my name is Lanthanomi Orora. This is my humble abode. It's not a house. It's a little trailer house, a tiny house, if you will. Yes, I am on a little journey. I thought I might need some friends along the way. And indeed I do. Uh, so I'm happy you're here. Yeah. I This is already scuff. Sorry. One moment. Da, 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 da. Yeah, okay. Alright, there we go, much better. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is my little abode. Let's just hop right into it, shall we? I'm here debuting a little presentation. I guess it says his debut, is it not? Alright. So let's just get right into it. Yeah. Hey, I didn't disappear. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I might have made this and then realized halfway through that I didn't know where to put myself here. So I'm in the bottom right. It's just gonna work like that. Once again, my name is Lanthanomi Orora, 21 years old. Birthday in the midst of December, which is kind of fitting because I'm in the Arctic as it is now. I know it's kind of a big name with lots of syllables, so you can just call me Aura or Epi. I'm leaning towards Aura though. I think that just flows off the tongue a bit better. Yeah. I think that will do just fine. I kind of, as far as my likes and dislikes go, I wanted to get a bunch of weird things along with just some more minor things. I wasn't gonna go the route of like something very oddly specific, right? Because if I don't know, it's hard to come up with more than just one of them. Maybe I'm just not creative. I don't know. However, this is just a very small slice of me. Empty movie theaters, specifically the parking lots at night. And this isn't just like movie theaters per se. The internet kind of had its time with like liminal spaces, right? So it's not that it's liminal per se. I think just at night places become a lot more poetic, a lot more solitary. I think it's kind of beautiful in a way. Movie theaters, I guess, just the prime example of that. Another example, I don't know where y'all from, but yeah, growing up in the Arctic, there's the Arctics have summers, right? So there's this lake, and the dams on the lake at nighttime are really cool. I recently had the pleasure of taking my car and driving over the dam at night. It's a really cool experience, especially if they're letting down water. Really awesome. Not that I'm a haiku writer or anything. I do not suggest that I am. But yeah. Spicy wings. This one I'm kind of happy about because, not gonna lie, spice tolerance did not used to be there, and now I have a little bit. I have a little bit of spice tolerance. It used to be I couldn't even eat the peppers they put in the Olive Garden salads, right? And those are like bottom of the barrel. The only thing I think that are not as spicy as that is like banana peppers. I don't know what peppers they are though. And now I can actually handle a little bit of spice. And I'm actually commonly disappointed when I go to the restaurants and then it's like, well, this thing said spicy and it's not really. I am in the Arctic. I have my little tiny home here. But I have also had the pleasure of going to more southern places on occasion. And I thought, I don't know, just stereotypically, well, it's got to be spicy, right? But it's not. Where am I going with this? The only place that like can very reliably get you some spice is the Carolina Reaper wings at B-Dubs, Buffalo Wild Wings. Those never let me down. I have to be in the mood for it, though. I have to be in the mood to just incinerate my tongue and die. I think I've spent enough time talking about spicy wings. I love fishing. You probably caught me doing that before I walked into my tiny home. Yeah, I like fishing a whole lot. It's interesting, right? Because, I mean, if I wanted to be all modern with it, it's kind of like nature's gotcha, but I don't even play gotcha games, and I think that's an insult. That's just a very quirky way to describe it. I might as go so far to say, like, it kind of almost unlocks the secret to being happy, because, like, with games, right? Like, games like tic-tac-toe are solved in the fact that we've, like, concretely figured out which moves are the best moves, so that's the worst thing it can get is a stalemate. There's, like, on Clubhouse 51 games, the game for the Switch, there's, like, that one game with the balls that are, like, based on, like, ancient Roman courts or something. I hope that might be a little bit exaggerated, per se. Hopefully you get what I'm talking about, though. And that one's apparently solved. Like, there's the best things you can do to, like, get a stalemate. I mean, fishing is never, like, solved, right? Because it's not a thing of, well, I guess we did invent fishing, quote-unquote, but, like, you know, like, you have to accept getting skunked some days, like, no matter what. And I don't know, I think that makes, like, it's just the knowledge that no one will ever, quote-unquote, solve fishing. But at the same time, like, you still have a bunch of lucky days. Like, lucky days aren't even that rare, per se. Depends on what you're going for. Yeah. And obviously, like, some are more entertaining. I mean, bass fishing's fun because you, like, constantly cast and, like, you can walk ponds and stuff, or just, like, on a lake, you go on a boat and you find all the little areas. Catfish, I mean, you have to be more inclined to do that because that's mainly just drop your stinky bait and wait in a single spot for a while. Obviously, do it in the morning or night helps a little bit. But yeah. Anyways, it teaches you patience and it's always rewarding. I don't know. It's cool. Scuba diving. I've actually done this recently too. Like, this isn't just I did it forever ago. It's pretty friggin' cool. I don't know. I just went on these incredibly passionate rants about spicy wings and fishing, and so I feel like just saying it's really friggin' cool doesn't quite do it. But, like, it's the concept of, like, looking at a picture, right? Looking at a picture. You can't substitute, like, seeing something with a picture. Like, I don't know. I'm also not from here, but, like, the California redwoods, you know, those redwood trees, I haven't seen it in person yet. I would love to, but, like, you know, like, just looking at a picture of it doesn't do it. You gotta be dwarfed by these things IRL, and then it becomes really cool. Scuba diving is just a very similar thing. Like, yes, you can look at pictures, but, like, it's cool. It's really cool. I don't know. That's the best take I can give on that. I'm also not going to give a super passionate rant about going to bowling alleys. I just think in this day and age, it's kind of fell out of style, but it's still kind of fun. I also do think it's considered a sport, I think. I mean, yeah. It is considered a sport, I think, and it's kind of interesting because it's, like, the only sport where it's, like... Sorry, excuse me. I'm sorry. I just burped. I don't know if my mic got that. Bowling, it's, like, one of those things where, like, the situation is always the same. Like, the variables are, like, the same every single time. So, like, it's just very controlled, and, like, not a lot of sports are like that. It's still very fun. I don't know. I'm being a friggin' nerd about it, though. I'm not competitive or anything like that. It's fun. Try to keep my wrist as straight as humanly possible so I can chuck fast ones straight down the middle. It's fun. I don't know. More people should try it. Dislikes, as far as dislikes go, olives. I'm not a picky eater. Olives are just one of the things, I don't know. It just, in my humble opinion, it tastes like rubber coated in oil. Just my opinion. I don't know. I don't know where the olive enjoyers are at. Being the owner of a pet, I don't know if this is just laziness or what. Pet rocks are now the thing, especially if you have, like, a cool one like pet quartz or pet I don't know, fossil, pet fossil. That one's really cool. The soul of the animal still in the fossil. So that's probably the closest thing to being a pet. I'm just like to feel light on my feet. I know some people like traveling is hard for them because they have a pet, and then they have to like get someone to watch the pet, or like it's hard to carry the pet, especially like if you need to use a method of transportation other than a car. And I don't know, my free time's my free time. I think pets are best like at your friend's house, right? Because then at that point it's like you get all the advantages, and then you know, they can just stay at your friend's house. Okay, I don't know. That's mainly it. Like, I still think they're cute and all. But someone once did say I wasn't a dog person. I don't know if I'm a dog or a cat person. They were saying that because I guess like they had a dog, like a big dog, and it was being like kind of apprehensive. Or no, I was being apprehensive because like, you know, like the big dogs sometimes jump on you and they're cute, and I guess I was being a little tense. That was forever ago though, so that story probably doesn't count. I don't know. And then this last one's pretty self-explanatory. Going to the old grocery store I worked at during high school. I just want, if I'm going to go grocery shopping, I just want to go in and get out. Sometimes it's cool. Okay, I will say this. The last time I did this, I saw cool people that honestly I didn't even think still worked there because I avoided the grocery store for so long. But lo and behold, there were a bunch of cool people, or 3 cool people I saw. It was sick. So, yeah. I don't know. I mean, would I prefer to do it or not? I don't know. I think I just got lucky the one time, so that is still a dislike. If it's prefer to go to another grocery store, you know how it'd be. Next. Alright, the games in the anime. So, you can probably tell from the games what type of household I grew up in. A very Nintendo-centric household. I might be able to... No, I'll tell the story of how I got into it. So, the 3D Zelda games. Let's start out with the spicy one. I like them all. Ocarina's the bottom of the barrel, though, because I just feel like as time naturally progressed, like, all the other 3D Zeldas at least built off of Ocarina. It's still a great game. I still like it. That being said, it's the only one I had to learn how to like. It is easily the only one, it's the only one I had to learn how to like. And I don't know, just like Majora's Mask was just a rushed passion project that had so many cool things with it, and they were all executed great. Wind Waker just had this unbridled sense of adventure and whimsicalness to it. Twilight Princess is easily one of the coolest atmospheric ones. I haven't played Silent Hill, but I remember watching this video like comparing the Twilight music to like Silent Hill music. It was interesting because like as much as like they stink about doing lore things that I really like, which is I guess why some people were disappointed in Tears Kingdom. Tears Kingdom's still great though. I profoundly enjoyed it. Twilight Princess, even the beginning of Twilight Princess, right, where it's like the second half of Twilight Princess is just go to the dungeons, do the thing. But like before that, there was like so many like story beats that just felt like it flowed very naturally. I think that was an accident. I don't think they designed the story the first half like for story's sake. I think it just kind of happened naturally. I think. I don't know. All of them are great. Skyward Sword is also awesome too. Especially the ending. I don't know. Skyward Sword. It's like... I haven't played Red Steel 2 either, and that's like the other Wii motion control one. Who knows? If I get 3D, maybe I'll play it on stream. But... yeah, I don't know. Like, just fighting the pirate on the Lanthanomi ship. It's hard to beat a feeling like that, man. Even if the sword mechanics, if you like sit down and think about it, are goofy. But the second you try to apply logic into something that's clearly a work of fiction, who cares? Who cares, right? So, Final Fantasy 15. It's just amazing. It is a trip with the bros. I love that so friggin' much. It looks beautiful. The ending hits like a friggin' truck. I understand, like, I don't know, some people have like the Pokemon complaint where it's like, oh, you could just like revive and revive and revive. And it's like, I mean, it doesn't kill the experience. And honestly, I think I'm the type of gamer that's like, even if that is the case, I'm going to play in a style that doesn't work like that. I mean, maybe I'll let myself use a couple of revives or something, but I don't think, I don't know. It's just a good time. It's a road trip with the bros, and like no other game has encapsulated that weirdly specific feeling so great. And it really feels like a fantasy too. Like, it's not just a road trip with the bros, like as in a slice of life. It is a adventure. It's still like not an amazing adventure. I don't know. Final Fantasy 15, thumbs up. I haven't played 16 yet. I'll have to get that though. Haven. Okay. I wanted to put one indie game on this list, and this was easily the indie game that I've probably enjoyed the most ever. And if you don't know what Haven is, it's by the game bakers, and those are the people that made Fury. This is a much different experience. It's like a young couple story, but like they're like an official relationship, because like most pieces of media, like, you know, there's like the character that just gets together, but like very rarely does like a media piece like heavily involve a story with like an already, well, in their universe they're pretty much married. I mean, in the universe, I don't know if it was ever stipulated. Essentially, like, there aren't too many characters, and they're kind of isolated for most of the journey. It's almost, there is like human, it is like person versus person, like in the plot, but I feel like for most of it, it is like man versus nature in a sense. So, which is good because it allows them to like help their story of their relationship, and it's like really cool because there's like this little hub base, kind of like my tiny house in the Arctic, where after you're done exploring, you go back and there's like always new dialogue options and stuff. I was always so excited to explore the islands and then come right back and explore like the dialogue, and it's just like really cool things to like discover too. Maybe I was in the right headspace. I don't know. It was great. I feel like I'm ranting on so much. Well, too friggin' bad. I'm here to tell you about my games though. Like, this is great. Metroid Dread. I just get Mario Galaxy. Mario Galaxy is so fascinating to me because it's like when you talk about like gaming and vibes, it's really hard to like talk about because I feel like there's no rhyme or reason to it. And I will be exploring this a lot with some of the games I want to stream. Like, for example, Pokemon Black and White and Black and White 2. They have the exact same art style. They run at the same frames per second. But 2, like, lost the vibes of the first one. And, like, I'm thinking why that is, because, like, it doesn't have a weird intro, which is, like, a normal Pokemon-esque intro. And, like, at least the original Black and White had, like, the cool, like, intro within. And that really sets the tone of it. And, like, so same thing like Galaxy 1 and 2. Because, like, Galaxy 1 has, like, all these vibes. And 2, which is a great game, and you could, I mean, it's kind of sort of definitive. The gameplay is like a teeny bit better. I say kind of sort of definitive, but that require a whole video essay. And a lot of people have already made that video essay, so I don't really feel like making it. But something about it hits different, and I think a part of it is just because the intro was so overly dramatic. It's kind of silly even for like Mario standards. Well, I mean, Mario doesn't have serious intro. I don't know. It hits different. I don't know. It's awesome. Metroid Dread. I just really love Metroidvanias. I have 100% Metroid Dread, and I rarely 100% games. You have no idea how rare that is for me to do. And like Metroid Dread, it was easy. It was one of the easiest 100% in terms of just enjoying it, because it was always enjoyable. And then like, even if it was frustrating at times, I mean, I don't know if it's like prideful to say or not, but like, I figured out eventually. I didn't have to Google anything. And part of it is because you get like a scanner. Hopefully I'm not saying any spoilers or anything. You get like a scanner, scan for items, because like the whole 100% of Metroid Dread is just get all the items, essentially. So yeah, amazing game. Pokemon Emerald. First Pokemon game. I don't know, like the mysterious game vibe thing I was talking about, it's really hard for me to say how much that plays into it, because it's like based on some region in Japan that's quite varied in its landscapes anyway. I want to say though that Okay, let's be real. It's probably just like nostalgia. But yeah, Pokemon Emerald's rad. In the battle frontier at the end. Not that I got too much in that. I actually got into the Platinum and Heart Gold Soul Silver battle frontiers more, but it's good. And then Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Oh man, this one took me a really long time to get into. Remember playing the intro, and it didn't click, and I like stopped playing it for like a month or two, and I came back, and it still kind of didn't click. And then I came back a third time, and this is like all on technically one like save. And then I don't know, it just clicked. And I played that game so much, like essentially right after the intro. I'm not saying like the settings, because it's a pretty good story too. It's a pretty good story. I mean, pretty good. Am I downplaying it? I don't know. It's a heartfelt story. I'm gonna say that it's a heartfelt story. No matter, sorry, excuse me, my bad. I'd probably need some water, but who cares? This is my debut. I'm gonna stick it out. So it's I don't want to say it's tropey, because when someone says a thing's tropey, it's like, well, it's like everything draws on tropes somewhat. I think it's nearly impossible not to, and if you somehow do manage to make a story without any tropes, it's probably gonna be weird and bad. So no, I'm not gonna call it tropey. It's just it's heartfelt and good, and I don't know. Like, as far as video games go, I mean, it's still pretty challenging to tell a story through video games. So I give it a thumbs up. I definitely give it a thumbs up. Yeah. As far as the anime goes, Fire Force. Okay. I don't know. I think it's pretty well received. I think what makes this thing so cool is, like, I don't know, firefighting is like a very noble job, right? And then suddenly they put like this, I'm not gonna call it, well, this, no, it's like put this quasi like religious twist on it, and then it's like, I mean, it's just nice, like, shonen, here's like our Fire Force company, and like we're the good guys, and we're gonna like investigate other ones, and I don't know, it just feels cool. It just feels cool. No more reason. Yona of the Dawn. This one feels like soap opera-y and like heartfelt, because like I remember the first episode thinking the voice acting was really bad, and like, I don't know, it just felt kind of ragtag, but like it quickly improved, I feel like. And then like, yeah, it was still kind of soap opera-y, but like it was like this just nice optimistic adventure. I don't know. Yeah. Kind of sucks for not getting another season of that, but the one season that was out was kind of cool. Attack on Titan, I mean, what does there to say about it? It's like the ultimate get into anime thing. To be fair, when I watched it, it wasn't like done yet, and now it is. But I want to rewatch the entire thing before finishing it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that just I like Attack on Titan for the moments in between. I don't really like the overall story. I'll think about it and form my opinion on that later. Not like I had enough time to do that, but like just the small moments are like more impactful than like almost anything I've ever seen. So I mean, it's about the journey, not the destination type deal, which that might be a good mentality to have for the ending, because I don't know what it is, but I have heard it's a bit anticlimactic. But like anticlimactic like endings can also have their own like points per se. I don't know. Kaguya-sama, Love is War. It's funny. This one's kind of interesting because my brother showed it to me. I don't know what who and their brother just gets together and watches a rom-com together, but me and my bro did, and it's fun. I kind of like how it gets more serious too. I haven't. Okay, I'm kind of exposing myself. I haven't finished it just yet, but whatever. Hellsing Ultimate. Okay, also haven't finished this. But my reasoning is very simple. Like, he loses. He's losing, and then he activates vampire superpowers and then wins. It's really that simple. Death Note, I mean, also, what can I say? It's just so good and old. As far as anime standards go, I don't know, maybe that's a bit insulting, but it's like, I don't know. I think it's a smart show, and it's definitely one of those things where it's like, it's interesting, right? Because I mean, and I kind of want to rewatch it too, because I mean, it's short enough to rewatch it, and also, like, I forget like at what point L, like, does L literally know from like the first couple episodes, but he just can't prove it? But what an interesting thing to say. Well, I know it, but I can't prove it, which is, I love that. I love that so much. I think that is a very interesting topic to like know something but be unable to prove it. I could, okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't know. It's just, it's very interesting, and the memes are really funny. So yeah, Demon Slayer. Okay, okay. Listen, I know. I this isn't something where it's like I'm blind to it. Though I will say, when I first watched season 1, how long have I been talking about games of anime? Whatever. This is my debut. I can talk about how long it went. Demon Slayer. It's like one of those things. It does something to your brain the first time you watch it, and I will treasure the first time I watched it, because I have rewatched season 1. And the first time I watched season 1, I really thought this was the greatest thing I've ever seen. Yes, that was a bit more of a newbie opinion, but like, it was magical, dude. It felt hype. It felt super hype. And not to mention, like, no matter how quote unquote mid the show gets, I mean, Tanjiro's like still inspiring. Like, he's like, it's they've like taken the determined protagonist so far. Like, you could, I mean, it could be labeled maybe comical, but like, it is a seriously toned show, so I mean, I don't think it ever gets like funny per se. And like, yeah, that first season of just like improving and kicking demon yokai butt, and like, I don't know, it did something in my brain, man. I will say, the second time I watched it, some things started standing out, like the one, spoilers, I don't know, the one fight with the drum guy in season 1 with like the rotating rooms, and like his little brain spark for how to beat him was just don't step on some papers. I don't know, maybe I'm leaving out some details, but I remember watching it a second time and going like, wait a second, that doesn't solve anything. What are you talking about? I don't know, like, maybe the whole point was he was gonna put him to shame with his kindness or something. Whatever. Case in point, it's still good. I mean, I do have a slight love-hate relationship with that one now. And the last one, Chainsaw Man, I was in the right headspace, although I do think Denji is just like a character for the modern times. I don't know. And like, I can relate to like to him insofar as like being maybe a bit, he's not lazy. I don't know. He's just like the attitude that makes him incompetent in certain areas. I don't know. And just like having like, yeah, I mean, okay, maybe not everyone. So actually, I think the thing that starts off where he's like, he is obviously very not well off materially, right? And like his general attitude towards life is just kind of foolhardy and dumb. And I don't know. It can resonate with like any personal struggle. I think especially with like younger guys too, and just like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna be overconfident and cocky, but like he's honest to himself with like what he's trying to figure out, what he wants. I don't know. That's as much of a take as I can give. I really think I was just in the right spot in the right time, because man, I was having a grand old time. My brain kind of confuses sub and dub sometimes. I know the newbies thing. It's one letter. I know the difference, but like the English voice acting's so good. Because I was trying to like show some of my friends Chainsaw Man, even though they probably, I'm pretty sure they've already seen it, but you're hearing me a little bit, and we just like sat down and watched the first couple episodes, and like there's just like such a difference. It's kind of crazy. Like whoever voiced him was very talented. So yeah, there's my super duper over detailed explanation. Games anime, incredible. All right, going on. So I mentioned I lived in a little like ice shack type thing. So let me tell you the full story. I lived in a northern region, with the forest cold and the mountains light. As people do, the town was a warm place. friendly faces around every turn. Life was easy, surrounded by friends and family. My identity was with them, but unfortunately I'm still my own soul. So I meditated, filling my mind with my own thoughts, and decided to set out on my own. With my belongings I was blessed with, I set out on a journey. My journey ended almost as soon as it started, however. On a frozen lake, I got caught in a blizzard, and it never seemed to cease. But when it did, it revealed the most beautiful northern lights. I went fishing and discovered the fish bite a lot more during the northern lights. Then before I could leave, the blizzard came back. I got so comfortable fishing and relaxing in my trailer home, I almost forgot about my journey. That is, until now. And yeah, that's how we ended up here. Blizzard's still happening, so figured I might make the most of it, you know? Really think about what I want to do, and here I am. Ta-da! Alright, goals. I have a lot, and honestly, I'll just read them all, and I will tell you which ones I'm prioritizing first. Otherwise, this is going to be an impossible task from day one. So, learn Japanese. If anyone's seen that one online comic, I think it was Merryweather, which was in itself a Simpsons parody. Probably recognize one of the letters of my name, Orora. So yeah. The other word in my name, I'm not gonna tell you that one. You'll have to figure that one out on your own. But yeah, no, I do want to, like, I want to learn Japanese. And it is the first, excuse me. I was lucky enough to leave my shack a couple times. I've already kind of mentioned that. The first overseas country I went to was Japan, and it's honestly one of the best experiences I've ever had. I was actually planning to go skiing in Bulgaria, was it? I don't know. If Bulgaria is known for skiing, I'm sorry. These were just plans I made forever ago, and they didn't even fall through. Because, like, at the last second, I was like, I'm just going to Japan, whatever. And, yeah, no, it was really awesome. I can tell you more about that later, because it's about goals, but I kind of just stayed in Tokyo. I would love to, like, go outside Tokyo, though, and, like, be able to handle... I know you can travel and not know the language, but, I mean, it's something I think is kind of sort of needed to really get the most of traveling, especially if you're going to go outside Tokyo. So yeah, I do want to learn Japanese for that, and for another goal you probably already read, but I will get to that in a moment. Draw. This is useful, probably for another goal down there, and also just for making thumbnails and stuff. I'll figure out the whole thumbnail thing as I go. For now though, that's one. Learning the right music. I believe I'm musically inclined. I have a couple stream ideas relating to music that I want to do. But I'm gonna be really rusty. I haven't done anything musical in a while. But, like, music's fascinating. I mean, calling it wobbly air is a bit of a disservice, but isn't it fascinating that wobbling air is so cool? I don't know, and plus I feel like too, like, you know, I want to be a cool VTuber. I want to do this, want to do that. Music, like, it's just one of those things almost everyone likes, and it's crazy almost everyone likes it too, because, like, you know, I'm sure there's some weirdo that dislikes music and, like, would rather listen to podcasts. No. Just because you like to listen to podcasts more doesn't mean you don't dislike music, but learning the right music, I think, would be very cool. I mean, I've done, like, band before and stuff, so I kind of sort of get it. Like, I have a head start at least, but I definitely need to learn, like, in turn, like, learning the right music, like, learning music theory and stuff like that. Yeah, that'd be very cool. Code /3 modding / Unreal Engine. Shame what Unity's become recently, because I believe that would have been easier to learn, but I don't know. This one I think would be really cool. to something a lot more doable, go to the big Smash Bros. Tournament. I will definitely be doing some Smash Bros. Streams. I'm eternally bad. I am eternally bad, but I think I'm good enough to not get last, or maybe even good enough to not get the 2 last places. And I will be happy with that. And like a big turn, I don't know how big it's got to be. It definitely doesn't have to be like a luminosity or anything, but like I would be so cool to go, man. And hopefully meet a couple people too. I think that'd be awesome. And the last one, and just heads up, I'm not gonna like mention this too much. If you actually end up watching this, here's a little trade secret. And okay, yeah, maybe another reason why I want to learn Japanese. Become a missionary. I don't say this out of pride. It's just that I've had some really weird things happen to me over the years. Some of them matter more than others. The one that mattered the most happened about half a year ago. I'll say it at some point, maybe. I'm gonna keep this one nice mysterious. And yeah, so I'll become a missionary sometime. Yeah. Fun fact about me. Moving on. Alright, people made this possible. Tsukimiya, twitch.tv/Tsukimiya. She was the one that rigged this model, and I'm very happy how it turned out. I kind of just disappeared after it was done, though, so sorry for not keeping it. To be fair, it was a business transaction, but at the same time, I kind of feel bad for like not giving heads up, and to be fair, this was done a while ago, and I hope I can be very consistent with this channel, because holy crud, starting this, it was kind of hard, / I was kind of procrastinating a lot. So Tsukimiya, thank you, appreciate it. And Jero, he was the one that did the background for the starting soon screen. I know it doesn't say starting soon, but I can add that through OBS pretty easily. So yeah, that's his Twitter. Comic Stylish. He was the one that drew me. I really love how it turned out, and like I was doing really dumb add-ons towards the very end, and he was more than happy to make the edits as needed. And like, I'm so happy to found really awesome people to do this. Honestly, go check out Tsukimiya if you want. And yeah, I'm very happy. I'm so happy with how like my model turned out stuff. I know it's been compressed and very small to the bottom right. But yeah, no, I'm so happy with their work, and yeah, I mean a lot that I'm doing this right now. So yes, thank you. Wow, okay. I know it says thank you for watching, but let me show you my little travel trailer home, because you only have seen outside so far. Ta-da! Showing you and I'm walking in the door. There we go. Okay. Yes, this is my little travel trailer. Despite popular belief, if you might have thought you heard a bird chirping, there are some birds in the Arctic, okay? Alright. It's kind of cracking dawn, so yeah, they're up and out. So if you see any birds, listen, the Arctic has birds too, alright? But, yeah, it's my humble little abode, and I think it is pretty cool. It's kind of like, you know, obviously glamping. Like, you can't like live in a tent forever, or if you are, I hope you find a more suitable home. But yeah, like it emits the same feeling as camping, right? Because it's like this very small enclosure, and you can like see the elements outside, but like you're nice and comfy on the inside. I love things like that, man. Actually, to be fair, outside of this travel trailer, I've only really been glamping like once, well, maybe twice, depending on if I went to Yellowstone once, but I think we actually did camp, so no. My memory's kind of fuzzy in that one. Me and my family went to Yellowstone. But yeah, it's my humble little abode. And this is where all my little streaming adventures are going to take place. Yeah, I'm going to be starting a bunch of different playthroughs pretty soon. I'm going to do one probably directly after this. Just do a tiny, tiny little intermission. And yeah, thanks for showing up to my debut. To anyone showing up after, thanks for learning a little weird history about me. And I don't know how long this debut has been, but I used all the time I wanted. So I wouldn't have it any other way. So yeah, thank you very much. I am Lanthanomi Orora, and I will see you guys very quickly. Bye bye.